tutorial is to introduce the signpost, contrasts, and contradictions. What is it? A contrast can exist between one group of characters who act one way and another group who acts a different way. A contradiction exists when a character acts one way earlier in the story and then acts a different way that seems out of character. So what does that look like? Well, when you're reading and you have a character who's been acting one way throughout the whole story, or for a good part of the story, and then something happens and they react kind of in the opposite way that you'd expect based on their past actions. So we had our character who loves cats, and then along comes this guy that says, "Do you want to hold my cat?" What would you think? You'd think, of course she's going to want to hold the cat because she loves cats. And then all of a sudden she says, "I hate cats." Okay. So when something like that happens, when you have a contrast and contradiction, you should ask yourself, why is the character doing that? The answers can help you make a prediction or an inference about the character or plot. Maybe she's mad at the cat owner, and you're going to look for more text evidence to try to figure out what's going on around this point. I think they're going to talk about their problems, work them out, and then she's going to hold the cat. So it helps you make inferences and predictions. Or maybe there's a big contrast in setting. Start out sunny, happy, our characters in a good mood, and then all of a sudden rain comes. For this contrast and contradiction, I asked myself, why did the author choose such a drastic change? How does this change affect the character? Does it represent a bigger change, a change in her mood, a bad decision she just made, or does it foreshadow a bad event that's about to happen? So, as we read Stella Luna, look out for contrasts and contradictions. And when you find them, ask yourself, why is the character doing that? In a warm and sultry forest, far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stella Luna," she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stella Luna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruits, an owl spied her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stella Luna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster into the forest. Well, this was my first contradiction. There was a little surprise in what was happening in the story. Stella Luna and her mother were very happy. Everything was good. Stella Luna felt loved by her mother. And then, all of a sudden, an owl swoops down and attacks. I don't know too much about the main characters and character traits at this point, but this was a contrast. It was a contradiction in what I thought was going to happen, and it highlights the first problem that characters encounter. Stella Luna's been separated from her mother. The dark, leafy tangle of branches caught Stella Luna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stella Luna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother," Stella Luna squeaked, "where are you?" By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, down again she dropped. Flump! Stella Luna landed headfirst in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stella Luna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama," hissed Pip. Well, I wasn't expecting that. A bat falls into a bird's nest? Will the birds accept the bat? Will Stella Luna stay there and maybe be raised as a bird? This was my next contrast and contradiction, because I just don't expect bats and birds to be hanging out together. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stella Luna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, opened her mouth, plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Well, I remember from the beginning of the story that they were smelling fruit, so I think she is a fruit bat. And since she wasn't interested in those creepy crawly things till she got really hungry, this to me was a contrasting contradiction, because a fruit bat doesn't eat insects. So, since it was a major contrasting contradiction, I think to myself, why is the character doing that? Well, that character, that Stella Luna, is really, really hungry if she's going to eat bugs. And it seems to me that she's missing her mom and she's desperate for a home. So I'm going to make a prediction here that she's going to start to act more and more like a bird in order to fit in so that she has a home. So you're going to have to read more on your own of Stella Luna to find out Stella Luna's fate and see what other contrasts and contradictions you can find. Thank you.